To add a new timetable, so you click on Add New. Let's create a timetable for, let's say, again, I'm going to take into, because I have a lot of international clients that are participating in the webinar, so I'm just going to go with the rolling intake. So I'm going to go with 2018 Advanced Diploma of Business, for example. So the code needs to just kind of let you know what kind of a timetable it is and for what course you've created. And the name could be Advanced Dip of Business. Now, as I said, if you're creating 4 different intakes, then you can definitely create a proposed timetable, so something for the future. Or if you know, all right, it's a confirmed timetable, these are the dates and the days you're running it for, so just put it to confirmed. The group is a customizable drop-down. So this is very similar to the venue. So any kind of a customizable field will either have no options in there. So all the non-EBITMIS reportable fields are customizable in the system, So you go into settings. I'm going to open it in a new tab so I can show it to you. Go into settings, click on drop-down list. And it's all alphabetical. Look for timetable group. And in the same list, you have your venues and classrooms. To make it easier for you, what we have done is we have included the venues and classrooms as a tab as well on the left, on the same settings tab. So click on venues and classrooms either in the list or on the left, and you can create a new option for your classrooms in here. You can have the room number, you can have the address, your telephone numbers, contact names, the capacity, even how to get there and everything in here. And all this information, if your students are using the Learner app, they can see it as well. So once you've created your venues, you can, of course, link it in here. And, of course, you can choose the right group. So it works the same way. All right, now I'm going to just leave the group in there. It's not a mandatory field, so you can choose to leave a blank. The start and end date, because it's a rolling intake, it's always good to just, keep it open for the entire year. So I'm going to leave the start and end date as the 1st of the 1st 18 to 31/12/18. But if you're creating it for a specific intake, you'll have to change the start and end date according to your intake dates. The trainer could be different for different classes or duration. So it's up to you whether you want to set it up as a default or you can create the trainer when you add the classes into the timetable. Choose the coordinator. The venue, again, if it's different for different classes, leave a blank. You don't have to put it in here. Put in a start and end time. Now, the start and end time is a mandatory field when you're setting up the timetable. And sometimes we get asked the question, if you have, let's say, 20 hours of classes where you run 2 full days and 1 half a day, when you're creating the timetable, just put in, whatever is your majority of your classes. So I would just go with the 8-hour class. So I'm going to go with 9 to 5. And a break time of 30 minutes. So just to explain this bit, the first is the hour. The first tab is for the hour, and the second tab is for the minutes. So if it's 30 minutes, you would just go 30 in here. But if it's 1 hour, then this would stay as 0, and you would put 1 in there. So the break time of 1 hour between 9 to 5. So I'm going to go with just 30 minutes here. Now, the maximum and the minimum registration, practical theory, none of these is mandatory. But if you want to put that in there, let's say, your capacity for this particular group is only 30, you can put in the maximum registration. So when you are adding students into the classes, it's going to tell you, all right, it's reached the capacity and it can't take more than 30. And of course, you can run reports to see what are the vacancies as well. The what to bring section is mainly for your learners, you know. So if it's like a course like commercial cookery or something of that sort, where the students have to bring their uniform, the kits and everything, if you put that in there, it'll show up for every class as a default, and the students can see it in their learner app. If it's different for different classes, again, leave it at this point in time, and you can add it when you create your classes. Then go save.